Hey everybody, this episode I'm continuing my deck analysis segments, and today I'm going to be covering arguably one of the most anticipated theme returns ever, Gravekeepers. So let's get started. I have to admit, I went nerd crazy when I found out Gravekeepers were finally getting more support, which is long overdue. Now before we go over the deck and how the deck functions, let's take a look at some of the new Gravekeeper cards being introduced to support the theme. First up is Gravekeeper's Priestess, which seems like an upgraded Maiden of Aqua for Gravekeepers. Gravekeeper's Descendant is next, which I believe will be better than he seems at first glance, especially with the revival power Gravekeepers have with Rite of Spirit. Also, this normal spell will make sure you don't run out of steam as far as summoning monsters goes. And the biggest, baddest Gravekeeper on the block since Gravekeeper's chief himself is the new Gravekeeper's Visionary. At first glance, I didn't like this monster. I figured he was too weak for the investment, but when discussing it with a friend, he mentioned that with Necro Valley, he'll be pushed to 25, and with just 3 Gravekeepers in the graveyard, he can be as big as a 31, which would also allow you to summon Dark Arm Dragon. And although it's a lot of setup, if you also have Gravekeeper's Chief in play, you'll be free to use Dark Arm Dragon's effect. Throw in the ability to protect himself from any kind of destruction, whether it be by battle or by effect, just by tributing a Gravekeeper monster, and in turn boosting his attack, and you got yourself one nasty beatdown oriented monster. Now let's go over a sample deck list and discuss how the deck works. This deck list was submitted on Pojo.com by a member called The Final One with 2 spaces in between each word. This is part of his popular thread called The Official Gravekeeper's Guide, and it's a very good read. I'll have the link to that in the sidebar. Now let's take a look at some card interactions and how the deck works. Without a doubt, the heart and soul of the Gravekeeper deck is the field spell card Necro Valley. Its ability to shut off cards that target other cards in any graveyard, as well as prevent cards from removing cards from any graveyard, essentially translates this card to saying Graveyard Lockdown. Playing off of the fact that your cards don't rely on the graveyard quite as much as your opponent's, or your cards can outright bypass the effect of Necro Valley, like cards like Gravekeeper's Chief and Rite of Spirit, lend to the power of the Gravekeeper deck. Tack on the fact that it gives you the ability to boost your Gravekeepers by 500 attack and defense, and you have a powerful centerpiece to a deck archetype. Gravekeeper's Spy and Gravekeeper's Guard are some of the excellent turn 1 plays that the deck has to give you field advantage, either by adding more monsters to your side of the field, or denying your opponent monsters on their own. Gravekeeper's Assailant is an excellent way to destroy monsters with high attack but low defense, like the Monarchs, or instantly destroy a Spirit Reaper on contact with his effect. And if you don't have an Assailant handy, you can rack up the damage with Spear Soldier with his Fairy Meteor Crush-like ability. The newly added Gravekeeper's Commandant gave the deck a better way to search for Necro Valley other than terraforming. And Rite of Spirit is a premier revival card that not only gets past Necro Valley, but unlike Call of the Haunted, doesn't stay attached to the monster it revives. A few possible cards to help improve the deck would be Allure of Darkness. Since most of the Gravekeepers are dark, you can use it to help speed up the deck. Royal Tribute is a tricky card, but if you're able to pull it off, you can put your opponent in pretty much top deck mode. Magical Dimension is a good defensive option since all of your monsters are spellcasters. And like I said, Dark Arm Dragon might be tough to play with Necro Valley out, but given the right opportunity, this card can be a lifesaver. Keep in mind, Necro Valley stops other cards that target cards in the graveyard, but doesn't stop cards that target themselves, like Plague Spreader Zombie, which make it fair game. Since Plague Spreader targets itself in the graveyard but doesn't remove any cards, it's okay to use its effect while Necro Valley is in play. I hope this short deck overview has gotten you as excited about the new Gravekeeper cards as I am. So dust off those old Necro Valley cards and get ready to start disrupting your opponent's graveyard. Until next time everyone, this has been Duel School with Fitzroy. My name's Fitzroy, and you guys just got schooled.